Hey everybody, welcome to another Nintendo Power Block Retro Games show. Corey here with Eddie V.
Hello everybody.
You said we're about to conquer your favorite dungeon in the entire game.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. So we're making our way to the town in the Dark World. And there's a certain lovely dungeon that I love to go to.
Why do you like this dungeon so much?
It's probably one of the most creative dungeons that Nintendo did, and it was literally something that was just like kind of amazing for Nintendo to do. Like people didn't really appreciate like how creative this dungeon is. Take it. I think he's going down. I'm trying to go right. There we go. So
what is it? Just like the puzzles? Is it the setup? What is it exactly?
It is.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this microphone all set up and it is all over the place.
I can't really say. I just really want people to see it because like as a kid, or definitely as a teen I should say, like watching it was just something that like I had to take time to take it in. Like it was just something I literally just had to be like, they did this? I'm like, this is a puzzle within this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So when we get there, everybody, hopefully you will appreciate it. You might think some people might think it's kind of old-fashioned, but this is that creative Nintendo design they are known for. So
yeah, I mean, plus if you think it's old school, this is a 20-something-year-old game at this point, so
yes.
Yeah. Dude, I still can't get over how good like this pixel art in this game is.
Yes.
Like I love the way he even the way Link bounces up and down when he walks, you know? And the flapping of the cap and the flap of his hair in the front. Like they didn't have to do that, you know, to get the point across. So it's just that little extra layer of detail that's like just makes me smile, to be honest with you.
Which is funny that you mentioned that. So I started up Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh.
And when you talk about the level of detail, man, I didn't recognize on how much attention they put in that game for them to like actually recognize. So, and this is not really a spoiler alert, this is kind of the intro. When they get into keep doing that on accident. When they get into the hotel, you know, Mario, Toad, Peach, and Luigi, they're like looking around and everything, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know, they're looking around. But then you started to realize, like without realizing it, they I know what I need to do. They end up giving you the freedom to move around. Like you actually get to control Luigi. Crazy thing is that all the people that the employees that's in the game, their eyes all follow you, slightly moving their head.
Oh, really?
And it's just like everywhere you go, like from every direction, their eyes are following you. And I'm just like, you don't recognize it until you actually look at it, that all eyes are following you as you control Luigi. And I'm like, oh, the detail they they put into this. Like it's simple stuff like that, but I wouldn't expect them to put like those the I wouldn't expect that to happen
Yeah.
in a game like that. And it's just like wow.
Yeah.
So I actually got to
It's concentrating. He almost died.
I actually got to talk to a friend of mine. Well, not like friend, but like a Twitter friend. If anyone remember Chad Caselmo, he used to work for Destructoid. He kind of do ads and stuff for Nintendo. I had texted him, I had messaged him, and I kind of just like, why is Toad driving the bus?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is literally Game of the Year nomination right now, and it's when they said this game is like Luigi's Mansion 3 is funny, the comedy is so on point, it's ridiculous. I'm like, what in the world was Nintendo thinking? Like, it's so good and it's so funny. So, but why everybody? Reason why I'm in this part of the game? I had to try to get to the Dark World from another point of view, so I could be able to get into the town for the next for the next dungeon. So please bear with me. Yeah, but Luigi's Mansion, I'm so thoroughly enjoying that game. It takes a while though to like actually get things going, and I haven't got Luigi yet, so I have to play a little bit more before I get him.
That's fair. So I'm trying to wait till my birthday to get Luigi's Mansion, but I've also been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of the oops, I didn't mean to do that. I've been watching a lot of videos on that new Star Wars game that's coming out. And like, I mean, I wasn't interested in it until about 20 minutes ago. And,
oh wow.
And now I'm like really into it. I think it looks really good, and you know, I have faith in, because it's Respawn, right? Like, if it was someone else, I would probably wait, and I'm probably still gonna wait, but I think that it looks awesome. Like, graphically, gameplay wise, I just think it looks really, really good, and I'm really excited to play it. But we'll see. I also want to play Luigi's Mansion and a couple other Nintendo games first, because of Nintendo Power Block and a couple other things that we're doing, right? Like, I want to get a lot of these Nintendo games under my belt and finished and everything, so.
Yes. And Jedi Fallen Knight is next month, right?
No, it's in like 2 weeks.
I mean this month.
It's like
it's
2 weeks
month.
from
I'm
today.
sorry.
From this
I forgot
recording.
today's. Yeah, I forgot today is the 1st of November.
Isn't that crazy? It's already November.
Yes, and everybody been putting like Christmas songs out. It's just like, we haven't even cut the turkey yet, or tofu yet, or whatever people decide to have for Thanksgiving.
Who's tofuing? Come on, who's tofuing?
Yeah, you'd be surprised with some people
Ed,
what they decide.
Are you tofuing, Ed?
I'm not tofuing, please. You got what kind of race are you?
I'm just kidding. Oh man. It's so funny.
Shoot. Which is, I'm so happy that I got Thanksgiving off. Yay!
How long has it been since you had Thanksgiving off?
Ooh,
I mean, you know what I mean? Like when you
like
were
10 years.
when you were at Toys R Us, you never had toys. You never had it off.
Well, when I was at Toys and when I was at JCPenney,
Oh yeah, that too.
yeah.
I keep
Like-
forgetting.
Like I had it off like around 2004, 2005, but then they started doing the Black Fridays on Thursdays. And so
Because that
it was
makes
just
sense.
exactly.
Black Friday on Thursday. Stupid.
So yeah. That nonsense happened. So but I don't have it now, so I'm good to go. We actually had a meeting at work about who was going to work what and everything. So we got it all together, and I am happy the way that it turns out. So for some people,
This music's so intense. It's so intense.
I am going to be, yeah.
Ed, I think you're really gonna like this new logo. Ed gets mad at me every time I tease the new stuff. It's fun. So it's I like what I'm doing right now. Oh man.
Well, and I can't look at it because I'm gaming.
I know. Oh man, it's just so much fun. I like it's so hard for me not to talk about this. But every time I go to talk about it, Ed yells at me, so I can't talk about it. Oh man. But
So
how do you feel, Ed? How do you feel? Ed just got a bow. A new bow.
oh, I just got my bow back.
Oh.
So anybody can see my shield has changed. So now I could defend against fireballs.
Fireballs.
Yes.
But anyways, how are you feeling, Ed? How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm like super hyped to see where we're going to go in the future. And though we really can't say anything, I'm ready like to have a blast with everybody on what we're going to be doing next. You know, like I said, I want to make sure that when we roll this out, that we roll it out right. Like that we do it together, and that we just get everything good and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Jesse's doing our music, Corey's doing the logo. I'm kind of like prepping how to speak about it and everything, and Ray will hype it up, be our hype man, and do what he needs to do. So I'm definitely excited. You know, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Didn't y'all just change something?" And in a way, yeah, we kind of did, but
we did. But we always intended the NX project to be a fill-in name, right? Like we always intended it to change at some point. So I just, we kind of, I don't want to say we got lazy, but we just kind of got busy and kind of, some just kind of felt like it was time. We kind of got settled into the podcast and made sure everything was like copacetic and
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really digging what we're doing, and I hope everybody out there likes it. You know, I think it's exciting. I think, you know, the stuff we're prepping for is exciting. I think the new content that we're planning is exciting. I think it's all exciting.
Yes.
You know, we're still gonna do this retro game show. I know. I mean, not that like it's super popular yet, but like, you know, I don't want people who are watching it to think it's going away or anything. It's, you know.
Yes.
Just so many good things are happening right now.
It's a good vibe, good time to be in the headspace that we are in, I should say.
Yeah, and it's weird because, you know, the name we were throwing around, like I'm in shock that it wasn't taken by anyone. You know, like,
yes,
we literally got almost everything we needed for it, like right away. So it was a shock, but gosh, man, I'm just looking at this and
excuse me. There's a lot coming.
Yeah, like,
so
we're starting a new video series on YouTube, right? And I actually started writing my first episode there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's challenging, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's challenging to write about stuff, but it's got my brain moving again, and it feels really good to do that. And you know, I've been making a list of, because like after I get this logo done, right, once this logo is finished, I'm gonna actually have a ton of free time to play games now. Which, you know, I probably should have free time to play games anyway, but you know, I've been working and prepping for this moment for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm just happy it's here and finally getting focused and ready to go, and it's just exciting. I know I said that a lot on Nintendo Power Block the other day, but this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, right? Like, do this specific thing. And you know, we've tried a few times with other groups and other things, right, Ed? But I really feel like we're in a super strong position now that we are finally pulling the trigger on this.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I know Ed doesn't want to talk about it, but I can't stop talking about it.
Well, the thing about it is that we don't want to reveal the name, so we don't want to let it slip. You know, we want to be able to, like, when it's time to roll it out, that
I think our community is going to be excited when we do that, right?
yes,
Like, finally roll it out. Like, also, I've been writing a script for the trailer for our YouTube channel and our other future endeavors, right? Like, I've been writing that trailer, and I want to get everybody involved in that, and I think the trailer is going to be cool. It's going to be very kind of, I don't want to say basic, but very simple, simplified thing for us to just kind of nail and kind of show who we are, you know, just kind of who we are and the vibe we have and what we hope to accomplish, right? So
yes.
So I've been writing that as well, and the trailer is coming together nicely too. Which, by the way, Ed, I need like 4 or 5 games from you that you would want to see in a trailer during your segment.
Okay.
So remember, like, the old intros to Power Block and stuff that I did. Like, I want to get back to using that stuff and doing that. So yeah.
So I'm just getting more bombs in, getting more arrows because I have a lot of money that I need to throw.
Do you hear the applause? Do you hear my applause in your head? Do you hear it?
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And we come back later if we need to do more.
Ed, I just wanted to tell you that the logo, real Arsenal X vibes.
Have you been fooling around with it? Like,
Yeah,
really?
I'm kind of fooling around with it right now, to be honest with you. Just because I want to have it ready to show, you know.
Okay.
But I'm really playing around with it, and I'm actually quite liking it. I'm using not a similar font to Arsenal X, but something that will give you the Arsenal X vibe. Because out of all the logos that I've made, that one is like one of my favorite ones. I really liked like the line work at Arsenal X and like the font. So this is gonna give you those kinds of vibes.
Great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think you're gonna like it too. I'm trying to get a feel like it's really challenging to get all of our vibes together. Like like we all have like different vibes about us, you know.
Yes.
And I just really want to nail the
right one.
Yeah, like I want to nail something that's going to accommodate everybody, right? And I know that's not always going to happen, but you know, I think it's something that everybody's going to like.
Yeah. I'd say it's going to be something that I think people will love. You know, sometimes when I hear like, everybody be like, well, that was cool. I'm just like, no, it has to be more than cool. It has to be like, doesn't have to be big or grand or anything, but it has to be like, oh, I see what y'all doing. I'm feeling this. I'm loving this. You know, you kind of, we talked about being creative and everything. And, you know, one thing about being creative is that you gotta love all your work, and you know, even if people don't love your work and stuff, like you really take in the criticism and stuff because you want to always be better and stuff. You always want to be better doing what you're passionate about, and sometimes that takes a lot of refinement for things. And dang it.
Yeah, that, and like, you know, every time I like make something, I want to make sure it's the best it can possibly be. And if I do get it in my head a lot to like, if it's something I can see that can be better, I will go try to change it, you know? And like, that's a good and a bad thing. You know, sometimes you just need to let things be that, right? But I have a really hard time doing that. But you know, I just want everybody to like be happy and work hard, like look at the work, and you know what I mean.
Which I think everybody will appreciate. You know, I think it's gonna be something that we all gonna look forward to and that we all gonna appreciate and stuff. And everything. It's more inspiring that, you know, that people look at it and they could be like, hey, I could probably do this too. And, you know that the work that we're doing, you know, we do it for the viewers. We do it for us too, because we like talking about games and having fun and stuff. But it's always cool when we're able to do it also, you know, when we can see other people do it and truly enjoy the work that is going on from others. Yeah. Sorry, if that doesn't make sense, it's because I'm focusing.
No,
you know?
it makes sense. I'm just trying to find like the perfect font right now. Because like I saw one that I was using, and then I found a different one, and I'm like, ooh. You know, it's like, ooh. It's new and spicy. I really like the simple fonts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of people are going simple these days, and I kind of want to like go simple but have like a edge to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, me, I like to go flashy.
Well, you're a flashy guy, Ed.
I am, but I do it because I know like what style I could take and incorporate.
Oh my gosh, dude, I think I found the best font ever. This is the font we're using. Sorry, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Hey, you can make something out of it.
We'll keep looking, but I downloaded it, so we're using it. So what are we doing right now in Zelda?
We are trying to get into the town, but I may have to do. I think I got to do a different dungeon before the one that I really want to do. So I think I got to do this dungeon. Yeah, so I got to do this dungeon first before we could do the following dungeon. So at this time, I have to go back into this world and pull the ladder. Oh, dang it. One thing.
There's a font called Pirate Ship. I don't understand it. It just looks like, it doesn't look like a pirate font. It just looks like a weird blocky font. The way people make fonts is crazy. Ooh, there's a Xenogears font.
Ooh, nice. So this is the dungeon we have to do. But I think it's going to be the next. Like once I get into the Dark World's town, that's the dungeon that I love to do.
Okay.
So, I do apologize to everybody. I thought the town dungeon was next, but I think this one is next because of one of the special equipment things that I need.
Can't even do the cool dungeon, can you, Ed?
Ooh, not at this moment. Yeah, but I'm actually surprised that Blizzard's BlizzCon kind of turning out okay.
Yeah, I mean, they had to pull something out, right? Like they had to be ready to go,
Right.
Because of the Blitzchung and Hong Kong stuff. Like they had to have something to. Ed, you died again.
Yeah, that's fine. I was. I see you clapping.
Man, I love doing dumb stuff like that. But yeah, man, BlizzCon. I'm sure we're gonna talk about it on the next show, but
Probably not for long.
Diablo and Overwatch 2. I'm surprised Overwatch 2 got announced.
I'm not.
That seems like if you just release the first game on a new platform, Why are you announcing a sequel like 3 weeks later?
Because I think everything else has been released.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's been out for 3 or 4 years, right? And they want Overwatch League to keep going and everything. Like, they need people to be excited. But, like, if I just bought Overwatch 2 on Switch, I would be kind of upset. But I also bought Overwatch like 3 years ago when it came out on Xbox and PlayStation. So, what do I know?
It's weird though, that like Diablo 4 is not coming out the Switch with everything else, and it's just like, why not? I mean, this is the time for y'all to like really get people interested into the good graces and everything. And we knew that this
I'm kind of
would be
surprised it's coming to the other consoles, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's usually PC first and console later. But I think they found so much success with Diablo 3 on console that I guess they didn't want to miss this opportunity. I guess. I don't know. I just talked myself out of my own point. Good job, me.
Well, I kind of feel like Diablo. Oh, I need the big one. That's right. I kind of feel like Diablo 4. You know, this should have been already announced. And
Well, I mean, wasn't the rumor that they were going to announce it last year and then they pulled it at the last second because that was supposed to be their big announcement last year, and then they announced the mobile game instead? Because I think they were supposed to be like, you know, pretty side-by-side announcements. But I don't know, a lot of people are excited because it's got a lot of Diablo 2 inspiration in it, so, you know, good for them.
yeah,
I'm not a Diablo guy. I've tried multiple times and I just can't. I just can't. You know, like it's cool. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything by any stretch, but like it's just not for me. I've tried so many times and it's just I can't.
like I'm enjoying Diablo. I know personally for me, I need to fix it. Not fix it. I mean, I need to finish it. Because I am far in the game.
I just if I'm gonna play a loot game, it's gonna be something kind of more, I don't know, more actiony for me, like you know, like Destiny or Mass Effect or I actually re-downloaded Mass Effect, by the way.
The first one?
All of them.
Oh.
On my Xbox because I kind of want to do a Mass Effect playthrough. And I really want to finish Andromeda. Like, I want to see like how the patches fix the game, and I want to see that game through because, you know, it's still like a halfway decent game from what I played originally. It's just need to give it another shot and finish it. So, like I said, 2020 is going to be my backlog year, where I catch up on backlog stuff because I have so many backlog games, and of course, you know, Nintendo games.
Exactly. I kind of feel guilty that I'm like, man, I really need to play more PS4 games, because that year in review of PS4 is going to come out, and it's going to show like I didn't play crap on the system. And so,
I didn't play crap. The only game I played all year was Assassin's Creed, and then I stopped and started over on Xbox. So, the only games on my PlayStation right now are the exclusives. You know. Oh, whoops. Sorry, everybody. The screen went dark. Yay, me. I love the stupid clapping.
Yeah, because I was supposed to. I literally was trying to. I gotta finish The Last of Us. I know I gotta finish that by at least by next year. Um, so, and I know, like Steel Horizon Zero Dawn, I need to get the rest of the trophies and everything. But other than that, like,
Man, dude, I turned on my PlayStation the other day because I wanted to do something for God of War, right? Like I wanted to do something for that, and then I jumped into Horizon because I never finished the DLC. Dude, I feel like that game is. I feel like my PlayStation is gonna explode every time I load a game up. Like the fan on that thing just sounds like it's gonna fly off my entertainment center. It's awful. Like, it's terrible. So. Also, on a side note, my wife and I are looking at cable alternatives, right? Like, we're looking at, like, Hulu Live or YouTube TV or whatever. And, we're looking at the difference between, like, Chromecasts and Fire Sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to convince her so we can cover it on the show. It's like a win-win to get Stadia because it comes with a Chromecast.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of want to see what it's like. But I don't know. I feel like I don't need another subscription either. With Game Pass and Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus and Disney Plus and Netflix and we don't need any more subscriptions. We have too many. I mean, I want Disney Plus, right? Like that's.
I'm not interested in Disney Plus. It doesn't do nothing for me.
I mean, I am. I'm a big Disney fan, so.
Well, yeah, that I can understand. But it's just like, I'm fine without all the Disney stuff.
I mean, I get it. Like, I think it's mostly for people with kids or people who are interested in, like, the Marvel and Star Wars stuff.
Right.
But being a big Disney fan, and I just want it, so.
And for me personally, I'm like, I'm not going to watch all of these shows. Like.
I mean, to be fair, I probably won't get to most of them either, but the thought that it's there is like awesome for me. Plus, like Riley's gonna want to watch a bunch of those Disney movies at some point, and just to have all of those classic Disney movies there, it's gonna be so just easy and.
Yeah. Well.
Plus, it's coming to Switch, so I'll be able to watch it in bed.
Is it on Switch?
It's coming to Switch. Yep. Not on launch day, but I think they said like at the early 2020 it'll be on Switch.
Isn't it out now?
I think it comes out on the 15th or the 12th or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I wish I did, but I do not.
Everybody's playing Pokemon or whatever game. Like, you checking out Disney.
Speaking of games that are coming out soon, boy, Death Stranding got some reviews I wasn't expecting.
Okay, so me and Jesse are having a conversation about it in a sense, and it's I know he only listened to Giant Bomb, and the reviews and stuff is out there, and I have nothing against Death Stranding. I know it's not a game for me, but I can appreciate that there are a lot of people that the reviews are mixed,
Yeah.
And so it's mostly going to be like, there we go. It's kind of like everybody is just like, we hope that you guys play it, but we don't recommend it. They're on that level of this kind of game. where, like, if you want to know more about this game, you have to play it for yourself. But if the things that we're talking about doesn't interest you, you could go ahead and skip it.
Yeah. Which, I get. It's I honestly am surprised that people are being so realistic about the game, right? Because not that I'm not like this either, or not that anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is Nintendo gets a lot of bump, I feel, sometimes in reviews because it's Nintendo, and I feel like Kojima gets a lot of that the same way, and it's kind of refreshing to see that people are not being that way with this game. I hear it has a lot of good ideas. It's just execution.
The execution
is not there. So,
but it's I think for a new game like that, it's a game that Kojima want people to take their time with, and it feels like it's a game built for a community. It's not built to be action packed and everything. So you gotta kind of I think people need to keep that in mind, because I think a lot of people are not seeing it for that, keeping that in mind, that this is a different game, and there's things in this game that there are things in this game that require some patience with it, community with it, and that if everybody works together to see that this game could be greater in a sense, because everybody worked together, I think that's when people will get it. And I think some people feel like just because it's Kojima, he's the level of game he made it on is the level of Metal Gears 1 through 3, and maybe even 4. So, and it may also be a factor in that, just because he's this big developer doesn't mean that he's going to have a hit on this end. Miyamoto, helped it Star Fox Zero, and look how that got panned. And Miyamoto is still a lot of people still consider Miyamoto as one of the great developers of our time. So
yeah. I mean, I think this house, wow, I'm looking at fonts and the word house popped up. I think this game is something that Kojima wanted to make, and I think it's perfect for the game that he wanted to make, right?
Yes.
And I think that's fine with him, right? And I don't expect everybody to get it. But
in a sense, I kind of don't want people to get it. It feels like it's a game that you need to explore and get out your comfort zone and really take it in. It's a game that you really need to put work in. Yeah. If you moan and complain about games being pay to win and stuff, well, here's a game that you can't there's no pay to win in it. You got to literally play the game. I'm trying to but yeah, we'll actually see because I'm more interested to see what people take away from this. Is it going to be one of those reviewers versus consumer kind of decisions? Does it enough time? Because even Jesse made up the point. He was just like, the Game Awards is going to be really interesting. because of Kojima and Jeff Keighley working together to make not make this game, but kind of to
reveal, and like their relationship is very, buddy buddy, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that as like a negative thing at all. I'm just, it's just known that they're really good friends, and
All right.
and like after the whole Konami thing, like Jeff Keighley was kind of like the first person to come out and say, like, it sucks that Kojima couldn't be there for it to because Konami wouldn't let him be there. So
Right. So we I think we shall see what happens.
yeah, for sure.
Because I think it's probably going to get, for a lot of people, most interesting game or intriguing game of the year, where it's a new IP. It is, sorry, I had to move my legs. It's a new IP. You quite don't know what's going on until you like jump in this world. And it's kind of weird when games come from different developers about that. Like, if we look at a platinum game, we know what we're getting in a platinum game, and that's pure action. Maybe some craziness, combos and storylines and stuff, but we know that it's an action game because this is what they are known for. If we know that we're getting something from Ninja Theory, we could literally say they're making something intriguing, but not many people are going to pay attention to it until it pretty much people start talking more about it and everything. Because that's one thing I would always give to Ninja Theory, is that they are very talented in their art direction and very talented in their cinematics. Like they're just good at it, and so
Yeah.
So we shall see, because I mean this is Kojima's first game independently.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the first thing he's worked on outside of Metal Gear since what, Zone of the Enders,
Yeah.
So I mean, like, letting him go on his own to see what he can do, like, I have no doubt that it's an interesting game, and a lot of people said that it's a really interesting world, and like the way that the science fiction works in the game is actually super comprehensible, which is something that they did not know it would be. But yeah, man, this game is it's gonna be one of those games, that people look back on and be like, oh yeah, that game was super interesting at the end of the generation. I think this is like chapter 1 in this Kojima sequel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Ed, fight him, Ed.
Yes.
Fight him. Every time you blow up one of these orange popcorn things.
You clap it.
Man, Ed, I'm tired. It's been a long week.
Dude, I have. So, I am closing for the rest of the week. Like today was like my only day off.
And I'm not gonna have anything to talk about on the show tomorrow. Should probably play something tomorrow.
Shoot, I got to get the show ready tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also like, after we announce like what we're doing and the name and everything, like I want to kind of not restructure Nintendo Power Block, but like give it like a refresh, you know, like in terms of the like the layout and kind of like the schedule of the show, right? Like I kind of want to get in there and like have like a you know, still have like a structure, but have it be more of a candid show with a structure, right? So I don't know, like I've been listening to the last few episodes, and the fact that, besides the fact that I sound like I'm like falling asleep at the microphone because I'm just tired half the time we record, like it just sounds like not you, just me in particular, like it just doesn't sound like a natural conversation, and I want the show to sound like a natural conversation. So I'm gonna work on that, but you know, the NX show sounds more of like natural conversations because I think you're just a better host, and the flow is like I think the flow of the NX show is better than what we have on Power Block right now.
Well, I kind of disagree. Like we have a great flow.
I mean, okay, maybe the flow is not a bad flow is the wrong terminology, but like I want it to feel like more natural, you know, like I think we could get the show to sound more natural and be more natural, and I would like to kind of get that way with Power Block, you know.
Yeah,
you're just like having a natural conversation on NX show is very, like, it just sounds natural. Like the show just sounds natural, right? And
yes,
I feel like on Power Block I'm kind of trying too hard to sound like a good host, to where it just doesn't sound like a natural conversation. And I've kind of felt that about me for a while, which is why like I asked you to host the NX show in the first place, because I feel like to be honest, like on podcasts and stuff, like I feel like I'm a better Robin to a Batman, right? I feel like I'm better at playing off people than actually hosting, and you know, that's I think I like to know where people's strengths are, and I know mine isn't hosting. So I don't know. I would just like to get better at hosting and be more fluid and more natural sounding, you know.
Well, it's very weird to me because, like, I've never thought I would be hosting or doing kind of like somewhat like journalistic stuff, because sometimes I feel like the podcast that I do and the stuff I do feels like a little bit of kind of want to say ghetto journalism at sometimes, but it's like it's not professional, but it's engaging, you know. And I think I kind of like that engagement that I get to have with different people, and knowing good and well, like if I have to be a lead on something or take charge of something, that I'm able to, you know, take charge on it and stuff. Like, and it's no disrespect to anybody who, well, that's where I need to go. That's where I need to connect right there. It's no disrespect to anyone who, like, got to get a show together or, you know, feel even like nervous or anything, or feel like they can't do stuff like that. I never thought I would be having to, you know, be able to be in front of a mic and let people hear my voice, people hear my opinions, people hear my thoughts. Like I never thought that would ever happen to me, you know. So over time, I had to literally get comfortable doing it and everything, and I feel good when I'm able to be on the podcast, when I'm able to host and stuff like that. That hopefully that, a show, if I'm guessing on or that I hosting or anything, I hopefully I do a good enough job that people are truly entertained and they write into that person's show or our show and be like, yo, I love your host, but he's mad crazy. I can't agree with what he said. But like having that kind of reaction to having that love and stuff. Like, I think you're a fantastic host, and I think you keep us, like you keep us on point with a lot of stuff and everything. I'm the kind of person that be like, I know we could get into a tangent real quick because my mind is not thinking the same way. I just hear something that interests me, and for a moment, I have to take time out to focus on, put some focus on what that person just said and stuff. So.
Well, I mean, I think you're a great host, and like, I would like to be a good host at some point. I mean, I know you said I am, but I get in my head a lot, especially when I'm tired and like, I want to make sure the shows are good, and so I try, and sometimes I get in my head, and I know everybody gets in their head at some point or another, but. I don't know, man. Just the last like few weeks, I feel like between like a lot of things that are happening right now, it's just I've been kind of stressed out and kind of anxious about some things, and I've been in my head on that, and it's kind of distracting me from doing what I love to do, which is podcasting, right? I mean,
yes.
I love podcasting, and I love Nintendo Power Block and the NX show, and hopefully, like, what we're planning on doing in the future, like, that stuff all sounds like it's going to be so much fun to do. I want to be able to get to a point where I don't have to think about it, and I'm not in my head,
Right.
And, I don't think that I'll be in my head, after, because we're moving in a couple weeks, and, there's some changes going on in my job, and some other things have been kind of like been happening, and so like after everything's kind of calmed down and stuff, maybe I'll be fine. It's just thinking about all that and being like, don't think about it, just host the show, and then I get distracted, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of a in my head sort of thing. So.
Okay. Which chest you think I should pick? I pick one, you can pick the other.
This one. Was that good? Okay.
Yeah, let's try one more time, because I ended up getting 30 rupees. Okay, I'm going to choose this one.
Ooh. How about this one? I like how I can just point to it.
Ooh.
But you're already maxed out on rupees.
Yeah. So
that helped. So yeah, I want to get out of my head and just do what I love to do,
So should we do this dungeon, or do you want to save it for another episode?
Let's pause it right here.
Okay.
And then this is gonna wrap that episode. So thank you guys for watching the Nintendo Power Block Retro Games Show. Remember to check us out every Thursday at I think I've been posting at like 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you guys check it out. Check out our other episodes. Check out our podcasts. Check out Nintendo Power Block and the NX Show. Keep up with us on social media, because some things are coming, and very, very excited. So I want to thank everybody for watching, Ed, great job on some Zelda. And we
Thank
will
you.
see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Oof.